Hi guys, this is Peter Martin from website Nero.com. So we are going to learn about components. So this is a folder where I have made a project, Angular project. This is project 1, and in the Visual Studio Code I've just added this project. That's all that I have done. And you know how to make a project? ng new and project name, like ng new proj1 or project 1, and then add the project here. So we are going to learn about the components, and always remember, this is where you have to do the work, src, and inside this app. That's all. Do not concern yourself much about all these files. That's not needed here. So let's generate some components, but before that, let me run the server. Okay, so cd project 1 and ng serve hyphen open. What's this going to do? Just tell me. This opens a server at port 4200. So let's go. Will it open? Will it not? Will it open? Will it not? Building up. You see that? 10%. Okay, port 4200, and there we are. Okay, it's okay. This is fine. That's fine. That's going to do. So whatever changes we are making here, we'll be able to see that those changes are reflected here. So here the server is running. We are going to open one more instance of beloved Node.js command prompt, better than git bash, better than anything else. Okay, so just let's go to the folder. cd stop cd angular hyphen, that's Angular project, and cd project 1. Okay, so to generate a new component, ng generate component. I want it in a components folder. Let's generate home. Okay, so you see here what happens is 4 files have been generated inside app. This is the components folder. I want the things structured, and inside here home has been generated, and the other 4 files. This is the view, this is the logic, these are the styling files, css. You write all the styles here, and this is, unit testing, we don't need it at all, so don't worry about that. Okay, let's generate a couple more. Okay, so after home, ng generate component. I want it in the components folder, and about. Again, 4 files will be generated, and they will be automatically updated in the app module TS. You see here, home has been generated. Just one more. So ng gc components, and let's say friends. Okay, so I've got here 3 components. Now let's add these components into our app components.html. I don't want anything here. What's all here? Remove it. And then again, hi dear Spider-Man. You just save the file, and you'll see here everything will just vanish, and hi dear Spider-Man will be viewed here. Just save it, and the magic. So okay, so below it I want the 3 components that I have generated. let's see what are the names of the components. So home in the TypeScript file. Okay, app home, that is app home. Just copy here, app home. So first component we have already written here. Let's write the other one. That's about, what's the name? Go to the logic file, TypeScript, and app about. You see here, app about. Just copy it, and this will be a second component, and one more component. I want every component I will add here only. The third component is friends. Go to the TypeScript. There's the selector here, app friends. Okay, so here write app friends, sorry, and when I will be saving here, so hi GS Spider-Man, this will be written, and then whatever is inside these components, I mean, that will be shown here. So home works, about works, and friends work. You see, so easy. Now I want to do something inside app home. Let's go inside this home component. So this is the HTML, home works, that's all. Now I want something else here. Okay, and then in the TypeScript I'm going to just make a variable. Okay, it's going to be a name of type string, value Peter Martin, and age number, and that will be somewhere around 29, and what the country, that is going to be a string, USA. Okay, so these are the variables that I've written in the TypeScript. Let's save this, and let's go to the view HTML. Okay, so I don't need homeworks, and I want something custom written here. Okay, so mustache tags, string interpolation, double mustache, and then let me write here name, and then age, and then country. Okay, and let's put all this data inside paragraph tags. So this paragraph here, push everything inside the paragraph. So this is the way, with the help of string interpolation, components just show whatever data they have in the logic file here in the view. Okay, so as I save this file, name, age, and country, right from this logic file, components. Okay, so the data will be picked up here, and it will be shown here in the view. Okay, let me do that. Okay, so here things will get updated. Come on, man. Okay, Peter Martin, 29, USA. That's done. So whatever is inside the home component in the logic file is being shown here. Okay, in the HTML. Let me do the same in the about. This is the about component. Let me do something here, but more complex. About, what is this about? Okay, let me do something. Okay, I'll just take description, and description is going to be string, or let me have something in the description. This is all about this website, and then WN for website Nero. Okay, and just tell me what should we do so that this description is being shown here about works. Tell me, anybody home? Okay, yeah, you are right. You're going to show this here in the HTML. Copy this description, and always remember mustache tags. I don't know whether you all know or not, and there was a library, handlebars and mustache for templating. So this is the very same like that. Okay, and we always put this inside some tag, paragraph tags. So let me put the description here, and this is our second component, and let me show something here, or just anything. Okay, star star star, that's this, and here hash hash hash. Okay, so what will happen, whatever is written here, it will be rendered as it is, and only this portion will be picked up from logic. Okay, so this description will come here in the view, but what will happen is that it will be preceded with 4 stars and followed by 4 hashes. Okay, so let's see here about works. Let me save the file. Okay, saved. And now, okay, so just let me have this file here. So the 4 stars are present here, then whatever is in the description in the logic file, typescript, and then followed by the 4 hashes. So got it? This is the first component, this is the second component, and then we are going to do something in the third component. Okay, but always remember what has happened. We started with the index.html. This has got a reference to this component, app component, which is the default component. Okay, so if you open index.html, you see here app root. What does this signify? Okay, app component, because in the app, if you go in the typescript, I'll just solve it here, app component typescript. Okay, you see the selector app root, so it works the same. App root we have used in index.html here. Okay, so what is it is going to render? This component. And in the app component, in the view HTML, what have we done? Okay, we wrote some text which has been depicted here, and then we added the 3 components, just like paths and bits. Okay, app home, app about, app friends. So whatever is inside this component is going to render here, whatever is inside this is going to render here, and then whatever is inside this is going to render here. So let's work on the friends component. Okay, now let's do something else here. It's not too simple. Let's make an object. Okay, so object is, let me see anything, obj1, and let's have some key value pairs. Okay, so name is checkup, checkup Rogers. Okay, and then name and country, let's say it is Austria. Okay, name, country, and then favorite color, let's say this is something like orange. Okay, and then anything else, say favorite favorite, let's say dream. So dream is to become a good boy. Okay, so this is an object which contains 4 properties, and now we are going to just use these properties. Where? Just tell me. From logic to where? Logic to view. Okay, so this is the object and the other 4 properties. So we are going to save this file. We are going to move to the view. Okay, this is the logic, this is the view. Let me do something. We don't need home component, we don't need about component just now. So let me close these files. Okay, okay, not too many are there. So this is the component view and this is the logic. Okay, so just let me add obj1. This will be the object, and with the use of dot operator I can access the properties. So what was the first property? I think it was name. Just use a comma and then the mustache tags obj1 dot. Okay, what was that? Okay, country, favorite color, dream. Okay, so country, and let me access whichever favorite color, and then double mustache tags for string interpolation, obj1 dot green. So when I'm going to save this file, so what am I going to see here? Any guesses? Yes, object1 and then the name. What will be it? Jacob Rogers, and then object1 and the property country, Austria, and then orange, and then to become a good boy. Okay. So just scroll it up. Just scroll it up. Okay. So let me save the file. Okay. So just see here, the magic begins. Okay. So I think it is quite clear how we are going to just add components to a parent component and then add the data in the logic file, that's typescript, and then we are going to render it onto the view. That's so easy, so easy. Okay, now let me just do some styling also. So I'm going to the home, and in the home I am just opening my CSS file, and here what I'm going to do, I'm going to just set the background of the paragraph to be yellow. Okay, now remember, whenever I do this in a component in a CSS file, that's only going to affect the view of that component. That means only the paragraph of home, not friends, not about. Just see here, okay, because this is home component and the starting of home component. Just let me say it. It's going to affect here only in the first one. That's it. Now what if I want to set some property in all of the components? So for that case, this is the style.css. You see, along with index.html. Let's go here. Now let's delete everything, and then let me say paragraph text and color I want to be red. Okay. Now if I'm writing here any styling to the outside file, styles.css, which is along with index.html, this is going to affect all the components. Let me save the file. Now let's see all the paragraphs. Okay, this is red and this is red. I think here I might not have applied a paragraph. Let me see in the third one, friends component in the view. Just look at here. Okay, just let me add paragraph here also. Just forgot. And okay, let's here. Okay. Okay. So you see here, if I'll be saving this file, then what's going to happen? Now this also will turn to red color. So let me do that. This is going to refresh, and the styling is going to be applied to all the components. Okay, so this is the style.css, so remove it for now. We don't want it. Just to show you how can you apply any style globally. So let's come to the second component about, and in the styling, let me say background is of paragraph background is going to be green. That's it. Let me save, and this turns background. The background of the second one is going to turn green of the second component. That's, and similarly I go to friends, and in the styling, let me do that. Paragraph background turns to be, say, black, and color that's going to be white. Okay, let me save and just see the magic of the third component here. Okay, save. So background comes black, color going to get white like this. Okay, send it. Oh boy, So this is how we are going to add some components. So I think that now you must be remembering how to add a component. G for generate, C for component, and I prefer to keep it in some folder, so components slash the name of the component. If you don't add the name of the folder, so it is going to become a bit messy, and these components which are inside, these are going to be generated directly into the app folder, which is not good, because here we have generated components, and then in some time we'll be generating services, pipes, and everything. So the things keep organized if you do like this, and I prefer this way for generating components or any other files that you want. And this is spec, remember, this is for unit testing. Karma, Mocha, or Jasmine, all those JavaScript libraries for testing, and this is out of the scope of the project. We are not going to see it, so we are going to just focus just now on the components. So we have generated 3 components here, and we have seen how to pass the data from the logic, that's TypeScript, to the view and add styling to those files. You see here, and remember, if there's an object in the logic, like here, the object, then we are going to access the various properties of object by using the dot operator, just like here in the view we have done obj1.name, obj1.country, and so on. So I hope that you have got some expertise on components, not exactly that much expertise, but I hope that it is going to benefit you up, and in the coming chapters we'll be concentrating more on various new features like binding, two-way binding, property binding, and then services, and then pipes and all. But for now, sayonara from Peter Martin, from website neuro.com, and hope to see you again. Okay, so just have a nice time with your girlfriend, with your family, and with everybody. I'm going to see you pretty soon. Okay, and do watch Slade Wilson in the TV serial Arrow. Do watch him. He is just great. He is better than Arrow. Remember that. Bye bye.